afternoon, you lovely lot, and how are you on this Saturday afternoon? We are raring to go for a craft along, which is going to be amazing. You know our Michelle, she loves doing exceptional projects, construction pieces. We were just looking on the shelf. It's going to be a really hard month to choose this month, I think. So next week we will see who wins it. But obviously we've got to get through this week first, so whatever's going in the show of the day, I think you'll agree will be a difficult call anyway. We had one from this morning with our wildflowers. The craft along will automatically go into that as well, so just be two to choose tonight to go in for next week's votes. Right now we are fully social. Remember, you can get in touch with us at any point during the next 2 hours. We are live, so you can send in your questions, you can send in your pictures, you can come and talk to us pretty much anything you want to at all. Now the Wildflower collection is what we're concentrated on. If you've only just joined us or found Crafters TV, we have what we call a craft along, which is something from a new collection that's launched within the last month. So every new launch, a craft along will follow, and this is our Wildflower one, which is incredible. So even if you don't have the Wildflower collection, you can see just there that you can purchase it from us today. You will also get a free gift in there, which I'll talk about in a little while. But if you want to go for it today, you can always watch back. So we're on YouTube, Facebook, and you can always go back and re-watch those shows, which is amazing. Now, we've got not just one special guest today, we've got two special guests. So the first one I'm going to introduce is my amazing friend, a very talented person that she is, who I absolutely adore watching craft, and that's our Michelle. Hi, Michelle.
Oh, thank you. Hello.
Beautiful craft along this one.
Yes, I think this this collection, this Wildflowers collection, it is just delicate and dainty and pretty. So I tried to do a delicate, pretty, chilled out project, especially after the one that had some measurements the other day. I thought, I've got two in 1 week. I'll do one that's more, no, I didn't pick it because I thought, oh, I'll make you do lots of maths with this one. But this one is definitely more of a Saturday afternoon chill out with the Wildflower collection.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes we just want to ease you into the weekend, do a nice little craft along, and it's going to be just amazing. Now, as I was telling you, we don't just have one guest in the studio with me today. We do have someone who's in the studio from, let's just say, a long way away, and also very early. We've only got our Betsy in the studio. Hi, Betsy.
Good morning.
Oh, it's so lovely to see you. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much.
Well, so I didn't know this, but you've just been telling me that you've done craft alongs before.
This is my third.
Amazing. And that's so great for everyone to hear if they're a little bit nervous and maybe not knowing what to do. But hopefully you've been treated very well by the team.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. I would do them again all over.
Oh, I love that. You enjoy our craft alongs then?
I do, very much so.
So you were telling me, so I spied up on your left hand or your right hand side, your little box there for Easter. You were telling me you created a few of these.
I did. I did the craft along with Jan for the sunflower collection last July, and I knew when I saw the project I would want to make some Easter baskets. And I made 5 of them for family, and that was a labor of love because there's a lot of pieces there. So if they throw it away, I'm going to come back and haunt them someday.
Absolutely. Oh, I'm so pleased. Now, how long have you been following us at Crafters TV or Crafters Companion?
For a long time. I mean, I've started since I got the original Gemini back in, I think that was 2015, 2016. So for a long time. And then of course, when the pandemic hit and the lockdown hit, you know, the shows were, you know, something that we watched all the time.
And you've made some very good friends.
I've made some excellent friends. Hey, gals, from the top fans of Crafters Companion.
Oh, I just love that. I'm sure they'll all be saying hello. All your comments are all coming through and everything else. So, but it's lovely to see you, Betsy. Where are you from, firstly, Betsy?
In Houston, Texas.
Amazing. And what time is it in the morning?
It's 8:05.
Oh, wow. So nice and early for you.
Yes, but not as early as last Thursday with Corinne when she was in Hawaii.
Oh, of course. I mean, that was very early. I heard that was 3
That was very early for her.
Amazing. Right. Are you all ready to craft along?
I am all ready. Can't wait.
That's amazing. Well, we will tune in with you a bit later on. Nice to meet you, Betsy.
Awesome. Thank you.
Right now, we have a little shopping list, I believe. So we're just going to get that written out so you know exactly what you need. We did give it out in Play Your Cards Right, but we've got our Michelle just to tell you what you need, and then we'll get started.
Yes, so you want to craft along, what you're going to need. If you want to craft along exactly, what you're going to need is your Wildflower collection. So the Meadow Flower die, the Wildflower wreath die set, the Mailbox Flowers die and stencil set, Stay Wild stamp set, your 6x6 paper pad, or your 12x12. I've got a few of my sheets of 12x12, but entirely up to you. Your aqua pens, your waterproof ink pad in Noir Black, some circle nesting dies as well. And then you are also going to need your 12x12 luxury mixed card stock in the pastels, multi-purpose card, Gemini MIDI, Scoremaster scoreboard, your guillotine, stamping platform, paintbrush, tacky glue, dotty tape pen and foam pads.
Amazing. So we'll let you just spend a minute or so getting those bits ready if you haven't already, and I'm just going to show you what's in this collection, because remember, you can still purchase this collection and craft along at another date. So but also you can still make what Michelle's making if you've got similar items. So the first one in this collection is our amazing mailbox flowers. Now we call them mailbox because there's these little brown envelopes that you can be creating. In the die set you get the actual template to make these up, and then we also pop in a pack of those amazing craft card papers, so like parcel paper, that is. We've got the embossing folder, so our beautiful embossing folder. There's a lovely set of stamps in here as well, with so many different designs that you can be using throughout. Lots of real play on words with the blooms and blooming. We've got that Wildflower wreath die, and we've also got the Meadow Flowers Edgeable, which is so pretty. In that bundle, you're also getting your linen cardstock A4 in size, 28 sheets in 7 different colours, which is amazing. And you're also getting the 12x12 paper pad that you can see in front on the stand there, which is going to get you through all these different crafting. Now, so let's just check who's in with us, and we will get straight over to our lovely Michelle. So Ben McCarthy's in. Good afternoon, Ben. I've heard his name a few times. I don't know if you know him at all, Michelle.
No, same name.
I'm
no
a bit
idea
worried.
who he is.
I think he could be a stalker.
Well, never a truer word.
Hello, Ben. And just for anyone, it is Ben McCarthy is Michelle's husband. So he's saying, morning, Debs, I forgot it was you today. Aren't you going on holiday soon? Oh, Ben. Ben, I meant to say earlier, I was just trying to tell everyone about my holiday. It's just going to be amazing. But it's all about Michelle, this show, so I'm going to try not to mention it too much.
Was that my
but don't
Ben
worry.
who said that?
Yeah, it was your Ben, yeah.
Cheeky.
He said he forgot it was me today. Aren't you going on holiday soon? It's very funny. Lois is in, Kathy's in, Michelin's in. Good morning from everyone from Florida. I always love Michelle's craft alongs as I love 3D projects. Laura's in saying good morning from Arkansas. We've got Christine Mahoney in saying hello to everyone, and Betsy back. Have fun. Betsy Thorpe Black, have fun, she's saying. So Betsy, have fun. Karen is saying hello again from Kentucky. Mary Beth is in, joining from Minnesota. Faye is in, saying good afternoon to everyone. Sarah is in, saying good morning to Michelle and Debbie and all the team. McCraft is in, saying good morning from Hamburg. Kathy's in, saying go Betty. Kirsty is in, saying good afternoon everyone. I've got my cup of tea made, the TV's on, everything I need is in with the ease easy reach, sweets are waiting to be eaten, and sun sent off to work, all ready to start the craft along. I like your style, Kirsty. Rachel Brown is in, saying good afternoon, everyone. Jeffrey is in, Kerry's in, and Vanessa, and our Susie's in on social. So good afternoon, Susie. It's nice to have you with us. Right, you don't need me anymore. You want to get on and see what Michelle's making. So let's go across and start the craft along.
Right, I keep looking down at Betsy in the corner, and I was thinking this about Corinne last week. For that time on a morning, they look incredible.
They're models, aren't
yes.
they? I know.
My fringe is still stuck up on a morning. I've got a bit of mascara running.
Fresh as a daisy, I'll bet.
Absolutely. Right, absolutely. So it didn't say it on the list, but I'm using my aqua, so I'm going to use my watercolour card. Now, for my original project, I didn't. And the reason I didn't is because I didn't add a lot of water. But, you know, if you would rather use your watercolour card, then that is what I'm going to use now. But again, some are just multi-purpose card I did use originally because I didn't wet it a lot. I mean, you can see, so if I bring it in, that's just our normal card that I use, and because I didn't add a lot of water, it stayed absolutely fine. So, you know, if you are just doing a little bit of an embellishment and you don't have any watercolour card left, as long as you're not adding too much water, your normal multi-purpose should be fine. But I have picked up my watercolour, so we're going to go with that. So I'm going to bring in, so we'll start with our flowers, we'll get them painted and they can be drying. So we're going to pop all of these out. I'm going to run these through 2 or 3 times, so I've got plenty of each. And what I tend to do, if I've got lots of dyes lots of small dyes that I need to run through, is I sort of reverse my plate combination. So I'm going to stick all my dyes onto here. So using obviously the magnetic shim for one of the main things that it's there for, which is to keep our dyes in place and to stop them from moving. And the good thing about that is when you have got lots of dyes that you want to run through all at once, you know, doing it this way is just obviously saves you a lot of time, a lot of tape, and a lot of worry because you know that your dyes aren't going to move. Just have to remember to have your dye facing away from your magnetic shim and not facing it because we don't want no fridge magnets.
Apologies, I outed your Ben, and it was our Susie that made that comment, not your Ben at all.
Oh, was it?
I know, it's because Susie's comment come directly under Ben's and it's not with her name on it, so I thought it was from your Ben. So Ben, I'm sorry, I thought you were being really caring and kind and wanted to know all about my holiday. I mean, why did you not?
Do you know what? So rude. So rude. To be fair, that is exactly the kind of thing that he would have said, which is why I wasn't surprised when you said Ben said it.
That's his humour, is it?
Yeah. Right, so we're going to pop these off and then I'm going to run it through again.
It's actually nice to see someone using this with the magnetic sheet like it was intended.
Yeah, I think we forget that that's what it's for. But yeah, it makes life so much easier, especially when you want to run lots through all at once. So let me just bring in my poker tool and get these popped out. So yeah, so I'm, and again, it depends how full you want your little parcels of flowers. I like lots in there, so I'm definitely going to run it through a couple more times. So pop that off there. And this one, I'm going to pop them all back on, flip my card round. There we go. So let me squish these together, see if I can fit them all in the remaining bit of paper that's left. Let's have a look now. It's not going to, is it? So let me...
Wishful thinking there,
I know.
Michelle.
I spread them out a little bit too much, didn't I? Tell you what, let me bring in another one.
I'll say you're very frugal. I would have just got another sheet of colour.
I was trying to be all frugal. It didn't quite work. Let's, if I can squish these up far enough, then I should be able to get 2 passes through with this one. So let's pop that on. In fact, let me tape that there. Right, so again, so we'll just run this through again. And again, if you're using your midi or even your mini, these are all going to run through with your mini perfectly. I'm using my bigger plates because I'm cutting so many out all at once. It's just easier and that little bit quicker to do it this way.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Oh, there we go. So again, let's just pop that. Oh, I've got the wrong card. Oh, I haven't. Oh, I thought I'd picked up the wrong piece of card. It's just been squashed flat, that's all. Right, so where's pokey tool? So again, you might not be using your alcohol, your water aqua pens. You might be using your alcohol inks or your pens. So yeah, it doesn't matter if you don't use your watercolour card. Or our new hybrid shimmer ones. They always look amazing when you sort of watercolour. They just look amazing full stop, don't they? Those new hybrid ones. Our shimmer inks. I'm really hoping that Leanne's going to bring lots more colours in those.
Oh, the shimmers. Yeah, they're amazing, aren't they?
Yeah.
I still haven't got any yet.
Have you not?
No, I've only used them in the studio and I keep meaning to order myself some and I've still not done it. And I really need to before they sell out again.
Yes, so the day that we launched them, I thought, I'll order some later. And it came to later and there was like, the bundles were just dwindling, weren't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
There we go. So I'm going to run this through just one more time and then we can get on with the colouring.
It just shows you though, when you're putting them all together like this, it doesn't take a long time at all.
No, no, definitely not.
And if you love flower making, this is definitely the craft along for you. Who else was just, someone was just saying they just made your craft along from a couple of days ago. So that must have been your Roaring 20s, I would assume.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, I've been tagged in a few. Do you know, I love it. If you craft along or if you make anything we make, and I'd love to be tagged in it. I'd love to be able to see, you know, people's creations, people's take on what we've done. It's just so exciting.
Yes, that was Linda. Linda was saying that she just finished the craft along from 2 days ago. Well, Linda, we've got another one for you today.
Yeah. Definitely a more laid back one.
Oh, Betsy's got a question while you're taking those out. Let's have a word with Betsy. Betsy, what's your question?
Well, I embossed mine. Do they need to be embossed?
Oh, good question.
It's entirely up to you. It's definitely up to you. You can emboss them, you can not emboss them. Yeah.
I think personal choice, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
I'm with you, Betsy. I would emboss them because it gives you lots of detail. But actually, for Michelle, having that amount of flowers in one go, you're probably better just to not emboss them because it would take double the time.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
You're very good, Betsy, because you had your little bag that you'd got ready, hadn't you, to decorate?
All prepared. Right, so let me just pop that to the side. So you can see that we've got all these here now. So I'm just going to randomly sort them out. I'm going to put all my foliage to one side because I know they're all going to be with my greens or my green inks. So just roughly trying to be a little bit organised.
I mean, that is just piles of goodness, isn't it?
It really, look at it, it's just lovely, isn't it? It really is. So yeah, trying to be organised, but it's okay. I promise you it won't last. Pop in.
Do you have a craft room, Michelle?
I don't. So our kitchen is huge. It's really quite long. And we had our dining or our kitchen table at the bottom. It's now a craft room. Apparently I still have to feed children, so I can't, you know, get rid of the kitchen fully, you know. I've tried, they won't let me.
That's a bit of a hardship really, isn't it, having to
It
feed the
is.
children?
Yeah. Sharing my craft room. When they go into the kitchen, I'm like, don't mess my craft room up. And they're like, it's the kitchen. And I'm like, no, no, no. No, it's not. Oh dear. Right, I'm going to bring in my water and my paintbrushes. I really should have gone and found my water jug thing, but we'll be careful. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to start with all my foliage, and I'm just going to bring in a couple of my greens. I've got sea green and meadow. And again, you know, if you've got the aquas, you could have picked any of the greens that you prefer. So I'm just going to pop some ink down. Oh, look at that one. And just like I always do, I'm going to pick up a bit of water with my brush, pick up a little bit of the green, and we're just going to watercolour these. And again, I don't cover all of the white. I like to see those little bits of white coming through. Almost like, well, we haven't finished painting the whole thing in, but I like that look.
Yeah, it's nice.
So this is my, if I had to pick a colour in, you know, when we were talking about our favourites,
Yeah.
this is mine.
You're an aqua girl, are you?
Yeah. It just, you don't have to be brilliant for it to look amazing when you've done, which is what I like. Our products make me look like an amazing artist.
Yes, no, I know what you mean.
I mean, I do love to colour. I'm definitely getting a lot better with my colouring.
Yeah, the more you do it, the more it you know, it
Yeah.
makes you better.
Yeah, definitely. But it was watching Leanne demo these that made me buy them.
Oh, okay.
So this is the first Spectrum Noir product I bought, and she was, it was years ago.
Yeah.
So I think it was when they was released. I was watching Leanne, and she made it look so easy.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can do that.
Yes.
And then I bought them and was too scared to touch them. So about 3 or 4 weeks later, I replayed Leanne, and I got them out and I had a play. And then I was so disappointed. I was like, why haven't I got these out sooner?
Because they are easy, aren't they?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. So I think we all do that, and we shouldn't, but we all do. But I mean, I always say about Leanne, she could sell ice to the Eskimos.
Yeah, absolutely. But she is very good with the Spectrum Noir.
Yeah.
And I think also it's her explanation of things. She's very, very good at explaining things that make sense to everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly it. Because when I replayed, I'd recorded her, when I replayed it, it was like, why haven't, because of the way she obviously explained, why I hadn't got them out of the box so much sooner. Because it is. You follow Leanne and it is just so easy to do. So just a few more in the greens.
And this is something you could do on a lap tray in front of the telly once you've cut them out. You could even do it with your sparkle pen, your clear sparkle, and then you wouldn't get in any mess, would you?
That's it. Absolutely not.
I'm actually thinking I might cut mine out, start painting mine, because I've just cut loads out in white. Perhaps
Yeah.
I need to take them on holiday with me.
You're going on holiday?
Oh, Michelle, yes, I am.
I did not know that.
Far. In fact, a week tomorrow, I'm heading to London, to Heathrow. I am going to be so bad. No, Monday, Nicola, I'm going to be really bad, because that's my last day tomorrow on Monday. Yeah. But literally, so Monday, we'll be flying to Singapore. A week on Monday. It's 13 hours, the flight time to Singapore. I will need something to do. I'm thinking like, I'm just going to watch loads of films.
Yeah, maybe watch some rom-coms.
There's a good point. Now, Nicola's just said I need to watch all the films that I didn't know this morning. I mean, thank you, Nicola. Yeah, I can't wait. I'm hoping there's some good films to watch. You normally get to see some of the up-to-date films. Don't know what's out at the moment.
You see, I like horrors, so...
I love horrors, but you can't really watch them on the plane.
No.
Because I'm always worried. It's like, I'm really careful when I'm watching a film on the plane, because I'm always worried that someone's looking over your shoulder or a child's watching. And because I also like action films, but with action films comes a little bit of violence sometimes.
Yeah.
And you don't want to be watching them, and there's a child watching from another seat. So I'm always quite careful of what I'm watching. But actually, I think I am going to take some colouring with me. I've got some shows when I get back, and I figure if I just take some pre-stamped toppers, I can just then use them to decorate any cards that I'm making.
Ah, good thinking.
Because it's a long old flight, isn't it?
Long time, yeah.
Oh, Nicola's the best. She's trying to find out what flights. Singapore Airlines it is, Nicola. Oh, now Craig would be very jealous because that was his film, Whitney Houston. The Whale. Oh. Oh, well, now there's a shout. All the mummy films. I love a mummy film.
Yes.
But that could be quite scary as well. Is the Tom Cruise mummy films on? Oh, Brendan Fraser one.
I like Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, me too. I loved him in George of the Jungle.
Yes.
George of the Jungle, watch out for that tree. Love George of the Jungle. Oh, well, there we go. We've got plenty to keep us occupied.
Absolutely. So I'm just popping a little bit more ink down, and then I've just moved on to the flower ones, which have got a little bit of stemmage going on. Stemmage. It sounded so much better in my head.
It says, could Michelle, so Michelle, maybe in a minute, someone's asking if you could show your finished product because they've only looked at the picture on the website and can't actually see what it is.
Oh, of course. Shall I bring it in now?
There you go. Ask and you will receive.
There you go. So it's a hexagon in the middle, and we've just got all those attached to each side. And the good thing about this one is if you want to post it, it's going to fold perfectly.
You literally read my mind then. I was just going to ask, can you fold it flat?
Yeah.
Amazing.
So the only things that I've put on foam pads are a couple of my sentiments, because for that reason I wanted it to be able to fold perfectly flat. So, yes.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh, hopefully that helped Mo Crafts.
Fabulous. Right. Yeah, so I'm just going to carry on colouring these in. Oh, that one belongs over there.
Susie has said that she's the same as you, Michelle. Her craft room is really her dining room.
Yeah.
Smack in the middle between the kitchen and the living room and by the front door.
Oh.
It needs to be tidy for the whole house, but the whole house seems to be a mess. I think that is our Susie, yes. Oh, so Karen's saying, oh, Debbie, why haven't I heard that you're going on holiday? I mean, Karen, have you not heard? I mean... Don't worry, guys, though. It's only a few more days, 2 more days after today, and you won't hear me mention it again. You'll just see it all over my social media. I need to do some videos, don't I, around Debbie on holiday. That would be funny, George. So George is saying we need to do a VT where we have Debbie going on holiday VT. How many times have I said it? Yeah, how many times have I said it in this last couple of weeks? Thanks, Karen. I'll tell you all about it later, don't worry.
Yeah, we'll fill you in.
Actually, I think we should do that. I think we should put a segment in the show tonight. I think
we should.
We're going to sit and have a little chat, and we'll ask you about your holidays, and I'll tell you all about mine. I don't think I've ever been so excited about going on holiday though.
I couldn't tell, Debbie. Couldn't tell.
I think because it is just such a big holiday that it's just super exciting.
I mean, it is. It's an amazing, amazing looking and sounding holiday. Really is. I'm so excited for you, I've got to say.
Oh, thank you. So what colours have you used here, Michelle?
So the ones that I've popped down here, so I have got magenta, sandstone, blossom, red violet,
Nice.
yellow, spice, sunset, and I've got topaz. So I've just popped a little bit of each down. I haven't got a plan of what I'm going to colour in. I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to have a little bit of play, a little bit of fun, and just colour these in.
So what's lovely about this is literally being able to create that colour palette on your craft mat.
Yes.
And literally just paint from there. It's amazing. And actually little mess really when you think about it.
Little mess, and also the small amount of ink that you're using each time.
Yes.
So it just obviously makes these last so long. So I'm just literally, like just Debbie just said, I'm just using it as a palette. I'm just going back in, picking up more ink if I feel I want it, and just colouring in, having a lot of fun.
Amazing. I can see our Betsy, she's busy colouring away as well. I have to say, our Betsy is very organised in her craft room. We'll have to talk about that when we next go to her. It's amazingly organised.
Yes, I'd love an organised craft room. It's organised-ish, is my craft room.
So mine's not. I haven't got a craft room either. I've got a little table in the spare room, and it really is a little table. But we're moving in June, and I'll have a craft room. Yay!
Finally.
I'm so happy about that. Yeah, it'd be amazing.
It is hard when you don't have a designated area to craft.
No one gets it, Michelle, do
No.
they? Because you have so much stuff. Even my owl says to me, why do you have to have all this stuff?
No. And
It's like, I don't get it. Why do you need it all?
They don't get it, do they?
No.
But the thing is, if it's something of theirs, so if they like fish, you know, they do the fishing or anything like that, then they
his
get
is
it.
CDs and DVDs with they take up the whole loft space. Well, you're saying that, Nicola, that she's saying about he doesn't need so many because they're all online, but I have made him get rid of loads of them. So he has whittled them down. Books as well, we do have a lot of books.
Books is understandable,
Yeah,
definitely.
absolutely.
But
I was really tempted. I went shopping yesterday, and they had some beautiful books in a shop, and they were all about like the fashion and the French fashion and shoes. A book all about the different shoes. They were amazing. There was 3 really good books about sort of fashions and designers and shoes, and I was like, oh, that's just like my dream book. And I've come away and thinking, why didn't I get those books? I need to hunt them down because they were amazing. I'll have to go back shopping, yeah.
a book about shoes. The only thing better than that is the actual shoes themselves.
Are you a shoe collector, Michelle?
I do love a shoe.
See, I'm not.
Are you not?
I do. I just buy shoes when they wear out. I buy another pair.
No, I'm a little bit, I must admit, I like a good chunky, not a high heel, but something that makes me taller than, tiny. So.
I do like shoes. I just don't see the point of having so many. I have got a few, but not. No, I've just got like 1 pair of black heels, 1 pair of black flats. That's trainers. I've got some fish flops.
That is like, hands down, the best Secret Santa anyone has given to anyone
absolutely.
ever.
No one can ever beat that. I love my fish flops. Yeah, you peaked early, Nicola. Yes, peaked early. I love them. I'm taking them on holiday with me, so my fish flops are going to be famous in Singapore. They'll all
You need
want
to
a pair.
take pictures of your fish flops.
Yeah, I did last
all-
year when I was in Cornwall. Went to Cornwall last year, and my fish flops were down there. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was rocking the fish flops. And then they have this programme here in the UK where they're doing lots of places called Love Island, and someone had some fish flops off, and they suddenly went mental, and I was like, excuse me, I started the fish flop trend.
I can't believe they had some on there.
It was because of someone was called Fish. No, he sold fish. His name was Bish, and he sold fish. And he had fish flops. So I started that trend for fish flops.
I love that.
But I mean, I know lots of people don't agree, but I think they're really cool.
You fish flops.
Loved them. Oh, I loved them so much.
I loved seeing you just walking about
I know.
around here with them on.
Oh, I was.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was rocking the fish flops. Yeah, absolutely.
That was the year I got a lovely Secret Santa gift as well, I must
Yes,
admit.
I've heard you had a nice Secret Santa.
Well, not this year, last year.
Oh, not this year. Oh,
No.
last year.
Last year, I had
did you
John. I had John.
Oh, so you know who bought for you?
Yeah, well, I didn't know originally, but I'd had a conversation with John. We were talking about our age because we were both born in 77. And I was sat out there, we were chatting, and I'd been looking at mugs. I love a good mug, a drinking mug. You're not like a mug, you're a mug, not that kind of mug. And so for my Secret Santa, he got me a mug, and it was like, it was my birth year on, so it said 1977, and it was like vintage, aged perfectly or something. It said
that's
something
so
really sweet.
nice.
So as soon as I saw it, I knew it was John.
Right. Oh, that's
So,
lovely.
which was lovely. Because what was more lovely was the fact that I'd been talking about something, and he'd actually paid attention and listened.
Yes,
You know,
yeah.
and took it in, which was lovely. And not saying that all men obviously don't listen.
I bought a mug for my Secret Santa this year, or last year.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it says you drone on and on.
Oh, was that?
It
That
was
was
for
for
our
George.
yes.
I love that.
Oh yeah, that was a little bit cheeky. Yeah, I got him an apron with a man with the six-pack. George is always trying to lose weight, so I thought, here you go, it's the perfect body for you, George. The Disney, I love Disney. That's my other holiday. No one knows about that. We have booked to go to Euroland, Disney Euroland. Yes, so it's my daughter's 30th birthday. 30th, my goodness. And she wants to go. Yeah, my girls are Disney freaks. Honestly, they just love Disney. So we're going to Disneyland, all of us, for her 30th.
That sounds lovely.
Yeah, although it's in November, so I think it's going to be a bit cold.
Yeah.
But it will be lovely.
My daughter would want to go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. She's not a Disney person.
Yeah, she's probably the complete opposite
Just
to
a little.
Disney person.
I love Disney stuff. But no. Right, so I've got lots of all of my bits coloured in for
They
now.
look beautiful.
So do you think it's about right that for the break?
Oh, I love that idea. Yes, let's have a break and let everybody catch up on their making of their flowers. I think we're all up to date. You're all quiet today. Jean saying fish flocks. No, fish flops. They're like sandal flip-flops, but they were shapes of fish, like you put your foot in your fish, Jean. And Susie's saying, oh, we're almost the same age, Michelle. I was born in 75, but she's closing in on 50 with like faces.
Yes.
50 is a good age. It's brilliant being in your 50s. I love being in my 50s. And Sandra's saying, my hubby admits he doesn't listen. I just, all hubbies don't listen, do they? I mean, do wives listen? I mean, does any of us listen? We listen to what we want to, don't we? But anyway, have a listen to this. We've got our Club Inspire.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
If you love Crafters TV, we've made it easy for you to watch us wherever you are. Whether you catch us on your tablets or take us with you on your mobile phone, it's easy to watch us anywhere. From here to here. Maybe don't watch us here. It would be easy to watch us here. Probably the easiest place to watch us is here. Crafters TV, with you wherever you are.
We get to know people from places and walks of life that we wouldn't come across in our everyday life if it wasn't for Crafters TV and doing what we do.
I got so many lovely comments from people when I started doing the presenting, and it was just really such a lovely feeling. And it's nice that people keep messaging in. You know, we see the same people, and we know you can build up that kind of relationship with those people. So it's just the fact that people like what we do and they're pleased. And I do love it when people send us photographs of the items that they've made.
We talk about customers, but really they go in as a customer, come out as a friend. The support that I get is amazing. The messages I get are amazing.
Me personally, it is personal interaction. I've never had the best of health. I've always been open about that with our viewers at Crafters TV. So many people are in the same situation as me health-wise. Other people have got a completely different health issues. They understand and they relate to what I'm going through, what others are going through. So whether we interact on a crafting basis or whether we interact on a health basis, a personal basis, we're all there to support one another. It is incredible.
The reaction of viewers when they come to meet us is worth all of the early mornings when we have to get up for our early morning shows.
Some of the customers come on as craft ambassadors and things like that, craft along with us, and being able to actually chat with them on air. I love it. I really love that connection with them.
We've had lots of shows where we've done like craft alongs, especially where we've had viewers craft along with us. We had a particular viewer, Joy, who joined us once before, and she literally made me cry on air, and Joe, because the things she said about us, it really was quite humbling that there are people out there that watch us and invite us into their living rooms and really treat us like family. Oh, always lovely seeing I might have the giggles. We've just been talking about our awful pictures that we have done sometimes. It's just giving me the giggles. I love seeing all those videos. So, right, we're going to get back to the craft along, but I just want to show you some of our tri-colours. Now, these are back in stock. They're absolutely beautiful pens. If you've never used our tri-colour alcohol pens before, these are great for you to start. These are a little bit different to our one pen blend, where they have the same colour hue family in a light, medium, dark. These ones have different colours in them, which are just absolutely beautiful. These are our Celestial Skies. Then we've got our next one, which is our Dusk Till Dawn. We've then got our Escape to the Sea, so if you want to do all those sort of seascapes and landscapes, absolutely beautiful. Then we've got our Myth and Magic, So absolutely stunning colours there. And these are slight variations. So you can see here you've got your blues into your greens. We've then got our next one, which is absolutely gorgeous if you want to do all those fern colours and the foliage that our Michelle's doing, which is our One with Nature. And then our last one in that collection is a touch of class. Each one of these pen packs, £8.99 or £13.45, saving 10% if you want to go for those. Right, no one is talking, so I think everybody is doing the craft along. So we will go back to Michelle and then we'll come back in a little while and check in with our Betsy. So what's the next step, Michelle?
Right, so the next step is we're going to create that hexagon in the middle. And I keep saying hexagon because I feel like I've learned a new word. It was just like a 6-sided shape before, and I've discovered it's a hexagon. So, yeah, right, so you're going to get a piece of your white card, pop that out. So we're going to cut it down to 4 inches wide. And we're going to go to 9.5 inches. And let's just pop that to the side for now. I'm going to bring in your scoreboard. And so I used inches. I mean, if you work in centimetres, I can't help you, sorry. No.
I love your honesty.
I wouldn't know how to convert it, to be honest, but I would imagine that if you're used to working the other way. Does anyone work in centimetres though anymore?
My mum used to. I think it's old school, so Betsy doesn't. She's okay. She's in
that's
inches.
okay.
I think most people, and I think I think everyone on the team works in inches, so people have got used to us working in inches now,
definitely.
so that's fine.
Definitely. Right, so on the long side, so we've got the long side across the top, we're going to score in 1.5 inch increments. So we're going to go to 1.5 and 3. To 4.5. I think if you were to work in centimetres, I think you would do, I don't think you would convert per se. I think you would go to sort of the nearest sort of increment, wouldn't you? So we're 1.5, 3, 4.5, 6, 7.5, and then 9. There we go. So we've got our 6 sides and we've got that little tab there. Let's just pop that to the side. And I'm going to just put a little notch on the side of my tab. And then we'll just give all those a nice burnish. And I mean, mine's a little bit dirty, but it absolutely does not matter because that's all, it's just from the ink or the paint from my fingers, but it doesn't matter because it's going to get covered over. I mean, it sounds, it's going to sound like really daft, but when you're folding these over, always make sure that they line up there, because if it just goes off that tiny little bit, each of your next score line is going to be a little bit off. So when you're folding these over, just always make sure that it's running nice along the edge there. Because it's very easy to follow the score line that you've put in, but if you just score it that tiny little bit off, then all of the others are going to be very off.
Yeah, of course.
So we've got our lovely hexagon. So we're going to pop that to the side for now. Because we're going to mat and lay it on the inside, even though it's the inside, because it's a nice hexagon and it's something that you're tending to look down on. You want it to look pretty on the inside as well. So I'm going to pick a piece of. So I've got some of the yellow textured cardstock from that big pad. I'm using my big pieces of paper, so I've got the 12 by 12, but I put down the 6 by 6 because they are the perfect height. It just so happens that these are the ones that I've brought. So I'm just going to decide, I think I'm going to pop that one on the inside. So with these two pieces, so I'm going to bring in my guillotine again. So if you remember, our white card is 4 inches high. So we're going to bring this down 1/4 of an inch to 3 3/4. So it's 3 3/4. And again, the 1.5 inch wide, we're going to come down 1/4 of an inch to 1 1/4. So we're going to cut 6 of these. So that's 1. So just lining it up. 2. I feel when I count these out, when I'm doing a craft along and I count out if I'm, cutting lots of things, I feel like I've got to go 1, 2, 3. What was he called? Count. I can't remember his name.
I can't remember now.
1, 2, 3, 4. From Sesame. I loved Sesame Street. 5, 6. So just bringing this in, I'm going to pop that on, make sure I'm quite happy. Mine's a little bit wonky, don't look at that. So that's 6. And then to this, so we're going to bring in whichever pattern piece of paper you've decided on. So we're going to cut this down to 3.5 inches high. And so these were all 1 2/8. So these are just going to be, Count Von Count, Nicola's just told me.
I had him in a game not long ago. We were doing like charades and I had to do Count Von Count.
Oh, really?
And I didn't have a clue who it was.
Oh.
Is that who it was? Oh. I was just like counting on my fingers so they got the count, but no one got the Von bit. So no one else knew it either.
So 1, 2, 3, and I'm trying to keep them in order there. So when I put them in the middle, most of my pattern, or the pattern's going to follow itself.
Good tip.
Rhonda's
with you. She said it's really frustrating when she finds a video that she likes on YouTube of a make, and all it is in centimetres. It's really hard to figure it out in inches.
That's it. Yeah, I don't think there's very many people work in centimetres anymore. I think when you are a card maker, when you're crafting, it's so much simpler to do things in inches. I don't know. I suppose it's what you're used to though, isn't it?
I think because in inches you've got your 1/8 of an increment in there, haven't you? Which is probably easier to do those figures than centimetres, maybe. Don't know. I think dressmakers still do things in centimetres, don't they? Or some do.
Yeah.
And maybe it's all changed now. I don't come across very many that do centimetres anymore.
Right, so I'm going to cut my my yellow pieces out again, because each one of these that I've just picked up, they're all on the wonk.
He got wonky ones.
I don't even know how that happened.
Well, that's okay, because it's good to recap at what you're doing. So what are these measurements?
So these ones are going to be 3 3/4 of an inch. By 1 1/4.
So just to reiterate, if you've already done yours, you don't need to do these again. Michelle is just redoing hers.
Do you know, I know what I'm going to do. The light is shining on that guard, and for the life of me, I cannot get that straight. It's gone wonky again, look. So I'm going to quickly use this because of the studio light where it's shining down. It's just not helping me at all. But this is our Violet Studios one that I used the other day. Can you see? Can you see how wonky that is?
Yeah.
How on earth I'm doing that, I've got no idea. So let me straighten that off. So again, this is 1 1/4. and, oh, that's better. 1 1/4 of an inch wide. So let me make sure, yeah, that's so much better. I don't know why that was happening, but it was. So let's pop that there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm sorry, I had to do that. Right, so am I still in order of my pattern? Let me have a look. Does that one need to go? There we go. Right, so I'm just going to use my glue now to pop these on.
Amazing. Deborah's saying that she had her girls take her to Disneyland in Florida for her 60th birthday at Christmas time. She said it was spectacular. I'd love to go to Disneyland Florida. It's just that I think the pennies, it's stretching it a bit, isn't it? That would be quite a lot of money. And I've spent it all on my Far East holiday.
On what holiday?
My Far East holiday.
You're going on holiday?
I'm going on holiday, Michelle, yes, in Far East.
No idea.
We're talking about moving. Susie's saying she's moving. In fact, she said, I've bought a new house this week. Her offer has been accepted on Wednesday. I'm so excited, but she won't be moving there for a couple of years. She's going to rent it out and for 2 years until her daughter is almost ready for college. It's right across the street from my sister, and I'm so excited. That's amazing, Susie. Wow. Nicola Breverick's in. Morning, Nix, or afternoon, Nix. Hope you're doing well. She's saying afternoon, ladies.
The fantastic, disgustingly fabulous Nicole.
Very talented,
oh,
yes.
Yeah.
Nicole works for us at Crafters Companion. We snapped her up years ago. She was on the DT and she just makes the most amazing creations. Nicola does a lot of our, Nicole should I say, does a lot of our sweets for our new projects that come out. You might have seen her name.
Yeah, so when we've got like a little group, so when she posts on there, I mean, when we know we've got new products coming out, it's exciting, but then when Nicole does her magic with those new projects, or those,
we have got some amazing things coming out.
I've seen some of the stuff she's
posted.
Oh my
very
days.
Nice.
Absolutely. Right, so I'm going to glue most of these inside now. I'm not going to glue my last one in yet because I need to glue that tab down first. So I glue 5 in, we'll glue the tab, and then we'll pop that last one in. So again, just getting my glue, pop all these in the middle. And again, it just takes away the plainness from inside. I mean, if you can see it, then decorate it.
Of course.
The thing is, we're going to all this effort on the outside to make it look amazing. And it would look absolutely fine, plain white on the inside, but it looks even more amazing decorated up.
Exactly. And it's just following that theme, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Definitely. I mean, what you could also do, you know, I mean, obviously I did my project to make sure it would fit for the 2 hours. But once you've got this up like this, you could absolutely have all your wildflowers stuck on the insides coming out and over.
That'd be amazing.
You could pop maybe a bit of acetate or a bit of, you know, this inside and have it, you know, as an extra bridge across the middle, and have lots on the middle coming out, because again, it's still going to fold flat. So you could really go to town decorating that central element if you wanted to. So let's pop this one down. There we go. Making sure that they're all nice and stuck. Trying to remember to myself. Oh, let me pop that down. Let me take this one off quickly. That's the one I shouldn't have done yet, because that's where my tab's going to go. And so the brilliant thing about this collal that I am using right now is you saw that had been stuck for a good 10 to 20 seconds. Then and I've still been able to peel it off. So that's what I love about this. You've always got time to wiggle bits in place, but you've also got time if you've stuck it down, and like me, I need to pop my tab underneath there. I've been able to take it off. I can just pop some more glue on and then pop it back on. So this collal really is good for that. Good for the forgetful crafter who has to peel bits off all the time. Right, so I'm going to pop that there and we're going to glue that down. So let's just get some glue on that tab. I'm going to be very careful with this because obviously it's still a bit sticky. So I'm not going to flatten that all the way down. Just going to hold it on there for a second and then lift it up. And again, I have got ink on mine, but you're not going to see it once we've got all those elements covering it. So just making sure that it does fold nice and flat. And then you can see, so you can see where my tab is just in there. And now I'm going to put that last piece in that I took off, and it's going to cover that tab up lovely.
It's quite nice because on the screen I can see you and I can see our Betsy, and you're both in sync with your collal all-purpose glue.
Love it. There we go. So just giving it a good squish together. A good squish. Make sure they're all nice and stuck down. And then we're just going to make sure that it does fold on all of the score lines, so that folds flat on them all. So perfect. And then, so what we're going to do next is we're going to just cut some mat and layers for here, but well, not mat and layers. We're just going to go with the paper for the outsides. So again, we're just going to cut 6 of these. I'm going to use this one again purely because I don't want to go wonky again. But we still have these available on the. This is brilliant if you really do have odd angles to cut, or you've got a real slither that you need to cut, a real thin piece that you need to cut down. This one is absolutely brilliant because you've got the you know, the markings on both sides as well.
It's good if you just want to gut out the middle of your card as well, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Right, so 4 inches is how high the thing is. So we're going to go down that 1/4 inch. So we're going down to 4 3/4. So they're all 1.5 inches. So again, we're going to go down to 1 1/4 inch.
Do you know what size envelope this would fit into, Michelle?
So if I bring this in and flatten it down, so it would go in 5 inches because I've just got some of my flowers coming over the top. So I would do a 5 by 10.5.
Okay, so 5 by 10.5. So you probably need to make one. So hopefully that helps, Christine. Sorry, we didn't see your question earlier.
Right, so 6 of these, 1 1/4 inch by 3 3/4 inch. So we're not matting and layering on the outside. You absolutely can if you want to, but because most of it is going to be covered up, all you're really going to be seeing is the corners. And I didn't want that much white space, so that's why I'm going to mat and layer over those. So 1 2 3 4 5 6. There we go. So again, just pop this away. And I probably should have done this when it was flat, but it really doesn't matter because I'm still going to be able to hold it lovely to stick it down. So again, I'm going to use my collal. Gives me time to make sure I can wiggle it into place properly. And to be fair, I can do that, look. So it's not all lost. Not all is lost, should I say.
It's a nice contrast, not putting the pattern side on and putting the more plainer side on.
Yes, yeah. And again, we all always hate covering that beautiful pattern up. But just for what I'm doing, I didn't want that bold pattern poking out from behind. Don't want to make it too busy or draw the eye away from the main project or the main bits that you're looking at. I mean, if I'm even saying that, you know, something can be too busy, then, you know, it definitely is. Because you can't beat more is more for me. So if even I'm saying, no, that's just a little bit too much, then it is. So last couple to go on.
So these strips are 3 3/4.
Yes. Yeah, so my white is 4 inches and each side is 1.5. So we've just gone down that 1/4 of an inch increment. There we go.
So Sandra's discovered that she's got a secret stash of all-purpose and tacky glue. She said it's so secret that I'd forgotten all about it. Won't be running out anytime this year.
Oh, I love that. Do you think we should take a break there? Or?
Absolutely, yes, Michelle, yes, let's do it. You have a little rest there and get set up for the next bit. I've sort of been reading things out as we go on. Let's check in with Betsy and see how she is doing, and hopefully all good. Betsy, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I got my hexagon.
Oh, amazing.
Perfect.
That's brilliant. So
now, I did accidentally put the pretty side on the outside as well, so I might be a little busy.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
Yes.
Most of it is going to be covered anyway.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So you enjoying it?
Oh, I'm having a blast. I love using the colors. I'm coloring faster than I've ever colored in my life, though.
Yeah. Have you got a particular craft, Betsy, that you love doing more?
Oh, I make cards all the time. I love to make cards, and I love to give cards out to my friends and family, and you know, it kind of makes their day because it's a handmade card. I have a little stamp that I bought off Etsy that says that I stamp on the back of all my cards. If you'd known how long it took me to make this card, how late I stayed up last night, you would never ever throw it away. Love Betsy.
I love that. That's amazing.
I stamped that on the back of all my cards.
That's brilliant. Nothing like guilt tripping everyone because you don't want them to throw it away. Absolutely. Oh, I'm so thrilled you get so much pleasure out of your card making. That's amazing. So you're quite a die-hard die cutter?
I am, and I got the new Gemini 2 at the HSN launch, and I feel bad because I kicked my original Gemini out and I replaced it with the Gemini, so I feel bad, but you know, I kicked it out, but I love it.
I was just going to ask them, what do you think about the Gemini 2?
Oh, I love it. I love the new plates. I love everything about it. I love the color.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's just one of my favorite colors. I love how it swivels.
Yep.
And I can't wait to see what Crafter's Companion comes up with for the USB ports in the back, because there's 3 of them.
There is 3 of them. Yeah, absolutely. Isn't it good though that you can watch what you want to watch while you're doing and charge your devices at the same time? Like you say, that spinning of it, everything about it. I think we always said there wouldn't, you know, we can't upgrade the Gemini in performance wise, but actually to upgrade all those, because times change, technology changes, and now to have everything like the revolving base, to have those ports in there. Well, we don't have it yet in the UK, but I can assure anyone in the UK watching, it's not going to be very long before it comes to the UK, which is going to be amazing. So, well, it's fabulous talking to you, Betsy. I'm glad you're all up to date. So we're going to head back and finish that craft along.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, Betsy. Right, so Christina said it's killing her as a cover up all the beautiful papers. But Christine, that's what they're there for. That's their job, isn't it? So not a problem at all. And I think we're all up to date with everything. So we'll get back to you, Michelle.
Yes, absolutely. Right, so we're going to pop this to the side for now because we are done with that section. And we're going to bring in our So I've chose this yellow from that big pad, and this is the pearlescent. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring in our circle dies. So what I did was, I told you I built this up and all round this particular die. And then with my nesting dies, so if I bring you this in, I just picked a nesting die that was just smaller than this particular one, where I have mat and layered. So what we need to do now, we need to cut 6 of these out. So I'm going to bring in my smaller plate so it doesn't take as long to go through. I'm going to trim this down. So yeah, if you've picked your yellow, you're going to cut 6 of these out. If you've picked whatever colour it is that you've picked, you're going to cut 6 of those. So let's pop that on with the blade pointing down, because I had it the wrong way, and run this through. So again, if you've got your midi, it's going to go through there perfectly. So yes, there's 6 of these, and then we will pick from our other circle nesting dies how small we want to go down. So I won't count these like Count Von Count.
So we just need 6 of these?
Yeah, 6 of these. But you see, this is what I love about the technology, so our die cutting machines and things like that. Back in the day when I had to hand cut all shapes, I used to draw around. I had an old teacup plate, and I used to use that to make card bases before I had anything like this. And I used to draw around that, and perfectly, because obviously, you know, it was a perfect circle, but I cannot cut round, you know, like a circle. I can't cut it for toffee. No. If it's a straight line, obviously you can use your ruler, can't you? But no.
Yeah, I'm a little bit like that. And funny enough, that's now you've said that, I remember doing that when I used to do some mats and layers. I used to cut round teacups and saucers and even my glue bottle. But I'm better with a craft knife, so I can use my craft knife to do quite a good circle rather than scissors. I'm not very good with scissors. I'm just, yeah. And we used to call Sarah scissor hand, because she's very good with scissors. Yeah, she's a whiz with scissors. Craig's really good with his little snips. He's good for fussy cutting. I'm just not very good with scissors. Yeah, so what was you saying there, sorry, one of you? Swivel or straight? Always straight. I've never got used to a swivel knife. I can't do it. To me, it goes, I'm sure there's a knack, and once you've got that knack, they're brilliant. I just can't get that knack, and I go in all sorts of directions. It swivels too much.
No, I'm exactly the same. Just can't do it. So I've cut 4 out. I've just got 2 more to cut down. So I'll just trim these up.
I do love this pastels pad.
Oh, I love it. It's absolutely
really nice.
Gorgeous. Right, so just 2 more.
Yeah, I have to say I'm very jealous of our Betsy having the Gemini too.
Just a little.
Soon we'll be willing our way its way here.
Not long.
Not long at all. After my holiday.
Holiday?
Holiday, yes. I'm going on holiday, Michelle.
Did not know that. It feels rude not to say that every time now.
Well, I feel like the Gemini 2 is just waiting for me to come back off my holiday.
That's it. So I know that when you come back, we're nearly there.
We are very nearly there, yes. Absolutely.
Right, so that is my 6. So let me just pop these to the side. Try and not get into too much of a mess. So pop those over there. I'm just going to move this card, because what we're going to do now is we're going to bring in our nesting circles. So if you want to go down that 1/4 of an inch increment, then that's absolutely fine. If you want to go down a little bit more, you know, that's also fine. If you just want to cut the pattern paper in the same size, also, you know, entirely up to you. But I'm just going down because I love that white border or that yellow border coming through. So I think I'm going to use that one. So it gives me just enough for what I'm looking for.
So Michelle, we've had 2 questions, one from Rachel Brown and one from E. Gardner, both asking what the base circle diameter is, because they're not working with this collection, but they just want to know what.
Oh, so this one?
Yes.
So this is 4.5 by 4.5 inches.
So, and the one that's bigger is, oh, that is the biggest one.
So that's the big one.
That is your biggest one. And then your mats and layers.
So that one is 4 by 4.
4 by 4. Hopefully that helps Rachel and E. Gardner.
Right, so I'm going to cut some of my pattern paper now, but I'm going to cut, so I've got 3 different ones. You can see that the 3 different colour palettes completely. So I'm going to cut 2 of each out. So let me just bring my guillotine in just to trim these down for me to put them through my machine. So let's.
So Alison is saying, Debbie, rumour has it you're going away on vacation. Yes, I knew the rumour would get out eventually. 40 years ago, Alison went to Hong Kong with a group. She said she didn't know anybody. 2 older women I was with were amazed that I did it on my own. I'm not surprised. That's amazing, Alison. And she says, I almost 24 hours of flying time from Newark, New Jersey, with fuel stops in Anchorage, is it? Alaska and Seoul, South Korea. Have wonderful memories. Have a great time. Oh, thank you, Alison. That's really nice to hear. Let me know if you've been anywhere that far away from home, because it's the first time I've been this far away. So Nicola is saying that she did something. How long ago, Nicola? About 3 years ago on the West Coast. Wow, amazing.
Wow.
So did you go on your own? Oh, Nicola, I'm very impressed. That's amazing. That's a big thing, I think, to do a big holiday like that, so far away from home on your own. I don't think I would have ever, I don't think I've got it now, I don't think I'd have the confidence now to do it on my own.
I know, it's a little bit scary, isn't it?
Kudos to everyone that does it on their own, absolutely.
I was talking to Becky Swan a little while ago, and she was saying there's somewhere that she wants to go that her husband's not too bothered about going. And she says, I think I might do it on my own. And I thought to myself then, just the thought of doing it on my own made me a little anxious. So
I mean, I say I travel I've travelled to Florida on my own, but because that's been with work. So when I've gone over to HSN, I've flown on my own there. But then I'm meeting people out there, so even that's a little bit different. I used to fly over to Germany on my own, so I've been to Sweden on my own, but it's always been work-based, so there's always someone that I know that will meet me at the airport or take me somewhere. So, but yeah, to do it actually on your own and travel to see these amazing places, I think is massive. So well done, anyone that's done that.
Although I must imagine it must be very freeing and liberating, not having anyone to check with. Should we do this, or can we do this? Or if you see something, you can just stop and go look without having to run it by someone who's hungry or needs the toilet, or I'm too tired to do that. Mainly children, but you know, men as well, husbands as well. Right, so I've got my 6 pieces here. And we've got these 6 pieces here. So what we're going to do is simply we're going to glue all of these on, and we're going to have that lovely border. So again, if you've picked a smaller nesting down, you've got a bigger border, entirely up to you. I just thought that one fit absolutely perfectly.
Yeah, it does look absolutely beautiful.
And because I'm going to be gluing these onto, have I still got a little bit of tape on there? No. Onto this coated cardstock, I'm going to swap over to my tacky glue. I'm a little bunged up.
Got a little blockage.
Yeah. Let's try that.
So Eleanor's saying that she loves watching your projects, Michelle. She said your craft-alongs are always beautiful and unique projects.
Oh, thank you.
And Catherine, my holiday, she's asking how long it is. It's 18 days. So 2 days of travelling and 4 days in each place, which is amazing.
I'm so excited. I'm not even going and I'm excited.
Rhonda saying she went on a 7-week vacation on a 50-foot yacht.
Wow.
With my sister and her hubby. Wow. And my other sis to the Bahamas. It was incredible. A once-in-a-lifetime trip. I saw Johnny Depp. I saw Johnny Depp's house on this little island. I think I see that as well. We also see the Beckhams, I think, out there at the time because I've been to the Bahamas as well. In fact, I went swimming with the dolphins in the Bahamas. One of the scariest things I've ever done in my life. Yeah, it really scared me. I'm not very good. I've got a fear of water. I haven't got a fear of water. I can have a bath and a shower and I'm not scared. I'm not running away. But I've got a fear of the sea. I don't like putting my head under the water. I don't like going in the sea. It terrifies me. And the thought that something was under my feet swimming about, I didn't enjoy it, Nicola, and it's such a shame. I did once I got used to where they were and what they were doing, and then I wish I'd relaxed a bit more and enjoyed the whole experience because, but I did find it quite daunting. And it didn't help because the female dolphin had just had a baby, so they said to us the baby would follow the female, but don't touch the baby whatever you do. So that made me fearful that she was protecting her young, and what if by mistake. But actually it was just an amazing experience.
It does sound amazing. I get the thing about the sea though. I mean, I love to go swimming, things like that, but the sea's huge, and I know that sounds daft and obvious, but when you're out there and you're in the sea and you look around and there's sea everywhere. Again, I know that sounds daft.
No, not at all. You can't control it. The sea you can't control. No. It's a dangerous place. I haven't really thought about the sea at night, Nicola. And I'm also, I know this is going to sound ridiculous, I'm claustrophobic. So in the sea, I actually feel closed in. Considering how big and the expanse is, I actually feel quite claustrophobic when I'm in the sea.
Yeah, I get that.
So I couldn't go scuba diving or anything like that. So Al wants to do that when we're away, and I was like, well, how about you go scuba diving on the coronation and I'll watch the coronation while he goes scuba diving.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want to watch that.
Right, so we've got these 6 pieces glued now. And then we're going to bring in our other elements. So let me just grab a couple more pieces of white card. Right, so do you think we should take a break now then before I go to die cutting all these out?
Yeah, I think that's good. Let's let people get all their mats and layers sorted out and get their layers ready to stick on. And while Michelle's getting reset back up and we're letting you catch up, let's have a look at this.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. So, join our family of craft experts with live tutorials and demonstrations every day. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products here on Crafters TV. Get creative and craft along with our amazing deals. Your next craft project is only a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week or watch on catch up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook or our YouTube channel. You can chat to us, craft along and meet new friends in our online crafting community.
You entertain us, you give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
You're all out time with each other! You're not through to boot camp. Get off!
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. So, stop what you're doing and enjoy the fun here on Crafters TV.
My dad was a printer, which was the old, the old letter set printer, the type, the old printer's type. So he used to bring home offcuts of card. And so I always had paper and card around me from as long as I can remember. He would donate bits of offcuts to the school I went to, and so it was always accessible. My mum and dad bought me colouring products, art products, and good quality art products, like adult quality art products. So I found I could draw from a really early age. So really between that and crafting, it's just been punctuating all through my life. I think you can get inspiration from anywhere. It's hard, there's never one source. It's from anywhere. It could be a crafting person, it could be a non-crafting person. It inspires me in different aspects. It could be art, inspiration from artists, inspiration from crafters, or inspiration on just inspiring people. It's all about the viewers. If it wasn't for the viewers, then there's no purpose in what. What am I doing it for? It's not about me, what I can do, it's about what I can inspire the viewers to do. And if I'm not inspiring them, then I'm not doing my job. So it's all about the viewers, and keeping them interested, fired up to give new things a try. And mostly, any blocks, anything that holds someone back is more confidence than ability. That's what I've found. So if I can inspire people and give them that little bit of confidence to give them the nudge, fantastic. I think the biggest achievement is keep doing what I'm doing for so long now. I remember, when I first started, everything's new. It can just, maybe the enthusiasm and the love for what you do might wane, but it hasn't. Here I am, as I said, 18 years further down the line, professionally crafting, and I think that's my greatest achievement, is that I'm still loving it, doing it, enjoying it, and the feedback's been incredible from the crafters, and that's what I'm doing it for. So that, I think, is my greatest achievement, and the feedback I'm still getting. Not many people know this, but I'm going to share this now. Is when I lived in America and I was 19, my eyelashes turned white. So this is still my hair colour. Oh, I'm getting on a bit now, but it's just my natural hair colour, dark hair colour, white eyelashes. I look like, the John Wyndham, the Midwich Cuckoos. I look like one of those little alien people with me if I don't wear mascara. Underneath this, lily white eyelashes. Go figure. I did worry for a while I was going to turn white, emanate now from my eyes, which would have looked very strange to try and disguise for a bit.
How funny. I was just talking about our Sheena, and I was saying, I perhaps shouldn't tell her secrets, and I was saying, do you know that Sheena's never dyed her hair? She's got any white hairs. And then she comes on and says it herself, so she's told the world. But that's amazing. Her hair colour is all her own, which is amazing. So our lovely Sheena Douglas there, so hearing a little bit about her. Right now, I do just have a couple of little bits to show you before we head back to Michelle. Our glue pens are always extremely popular. This is the best pack that you can have. If you need some extra ones, or you want some for the kids for the school holidays, these are absolutely brilliant. They come out blue, so they show a blue glue, and then it dries clear. You're getting 3 different nibs on here. You're getting that sort of ballpoint like gel pen, but with the glue in it. You're also getting the chisel nib and the sort of more bullet point nib as well. Absolutely amazing. At $9.99 or $12.99 in dollars. Only platinum price $7.99. Now we do have 2 different variations for you. We've got a set of 3, which are your tape runners. So, oh, it is a set. It's because I looked at 3 and that was the 3 glue pens. Set of 4. Set of 4. So it's buy 3, get 1 free. There you go. So you get 4 of those, but you're only paying for 3. $11.97 or $20.97. You know you need a glue pen in your life, that's for sure. I know I need dotty glue pens, and I'm sure a lot of you are the same, but we're fingers crossed that they won't be away for much longer. Right, the next one we have, this is a brilliant box. This is how I get mine. Get yourself a box. That way you've never got to worry about running out. You're getting your whole 12 pack in here. This is how they arrive into the warehouse, and then people started multiple ordering, and then you can see that you can buy all these 12 in this box, and it will come to you nicely packaged. 30, that's amazing price. Look at that saving. Wow, I'm going to buy myself a box of those. For 12 of our pens, so you're saving $17.88 or $33.88. That's amazing value on that one. Platinum price, I mean, wow, £24 or $40, absolutely amazing. Right, we're going to head, hopefully you've all caught up with everything. We're going to head back over to Michelle and get some of our craft along finished.
Fabulous. So I've got some of our white card, just our white multi-purpose card in front of me, and we're gonna go on and we're gonna die cut all of these out. So I think I've just got a little bit of card still left in mine, so let me just pop that out very quickly, and then we're going to run it through. So we're going to run it through both dies so it cuts it fully out, because then we can lay it over the top of one of our circles. Who's used this die and not cleaned it out?
Not me.
No, it was me.
It was Craig. It's definitely not me. Yeah, I always can say hands up, it's never me, because that's one of my biggest bugbears.
Yeah.
Is the dies.
Well, I know it was me because I used it earlier, so it's definitely me.
And we're blaming Craig. We can still blame Craig.
So I'm just going to cut mine down just so it fits on my smaller plates to run it through. So I'm going to grab my piece of card. We're going to pop both these dies on. I'm going to just line that up nice and even and pop that tape on. So I always put a few pieces, because I do hate if you only tape one side when you run it through the machine, because of the pressure it sometimes tends to just move it a little bit, so you end up with a wider gap there than you do there.
Yeah.
So if you tape it in more than one place, it's going to prevent that from happening. So let's pop that on there and run it through. So again, I'm leaving mine completely white. You could go in with your aqua pens, colour them in the same colours that you've coloured in your flowers. Again, entirely up to you. So let's pop this off. There we go. So carefully lifting that tape. There we go. Let's just pop those to the side. I love peeling dies off.
Oh, me too.
You know, when you can hear them all pop out.
It's just really satisfying, isn't it?
It really is, isn't it? So let me just give that a bit of a tap, because we're going to use that again in a minute. So we're going to just bring in one of these, whichever one you decide you want to pop it on. I mean, that one would actually look really lovely, because you've got that flower coming out from behind, so it just sort of frames it beautifully. So I'm going to use my dotty. There is a little bit left in there. If you don't have your dotty, what I always suggest is your tacky glue. You know, put some on either, I tend to put it on my hand, but put some on your glass mat, spread it out a little bit, and then just tap this into it. Especially if you are waiting for our dotties. So, but so very carefully with this. I'm pretty sure Tracy hides some, you know, for emergencies.
Oh, I heard someone told me the other day that her and Julia have a secret stash, apparently.
Stash.
Yeah, which is good, because otherwise everyone would be taking them. So I think they're good, because when we run out in the studio, they will replace them.
That's it. Yes, because we were discussing that Julie has probably got Jason Momoa hid in that secret room, not Jason. And then I said, actually, because someone says, I bet she's got a Jason Momoa shrine. And I said, actually, I bet Jason Momoa is tucked back there somewhere.
Yeah, I was saying the other day, because I think our Sam, he's a little bit Aquaman-ish. He's got that hair, hasn't he? That sort of head of hair. Sort of like mane.
Right, so pop that to the side. We're going to cut another one of these out. Again, let me just give that another bit of a tap. And again, let's run this one through. So we just need 2 of these. And there, and then pop it through. So again, these fit through your midi, obviously, which is why I said you could use midi or above for this craft along. These do not go through your mini, not like the flowers do.
No, they're a bit too big, aren't they?
Just a little, yeah. So again, let's pop that off.
But your midi is definitely good, and we do have an offer on the website, so make sure you check that one out.
Definitely. So satisfying. Right, let me just get rid of those last few bits. Just a few more. There we go. So I've popped that one on that one. So if you remember, I cut 2 out of each piece of patterned, or each piece of pattern paper. So it's entirely up to you how you want to pop it. You might want to go in order, sort of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 as we're sticking them on. But I don't think it really matters. I'm going to pop these on the ones that I think are going to look the nicest, and I think it's that one. So again, I'm going to use my dotty for this. I think because I'm using white card on all 6 sides, or 6 circles, it all ties it together anyway. All the papers work together beautifully as well, obviously, which is a good thing about a collection. The fact that everything sort of works together, ties in very well, takes the guesswork out of certain things for us. So let me just lining that up perfectly with the edge. There we go. Just press those down. Right, so that's those 2. So what we're going to do now is we're going to bring this one in, so that lovely edgeable die. So all I'm going to do with this, so just move those out of the way, scissors. I'm just going to cut just a strip and bring in my plate. Oh, I ain't cleaned that one out properly. I know the reason I didn't clean them out is because I knew I was going to be using them, and I wasn't going to tell myself off. Right, so it doesn't need to be perfect or anything. I'm just going to tape it down so it doesn't move. I'm just going to cut it into that piece of card and run that through. So just popping that through there. And so the circle nesting die that you used, that made that smaller mat and layer piece, you can use that one so you can see how we're going to cut it. So using that smaller one, you can use the larger one if you're having everything sort of the same size as that larger die and you've not mat and layered down. So let me just pop under there.
Oh, I've just realised what you've done. That's amazing. I was like, how did she get that so crisp around the edges? And then I just realised, of course, you used the middle die.
Let me just give that a tap. There we go. Oh. There we go. So let's pop those bits out. There we go. So I'm going to snip that away there and that away there, just so I can see that pattern a lot better. So let's pop the rest of these bits out. And this is another thing that I could do all day.
What, poke your little pieces of cardstock out?
Yeah, definitely. I love doing that. Right, so let's pop that on here. So this is entirely up to you where you pop this. I'm going to, so you can encapsulate the bottom bit, the middle, the top, entirely up to you. If you've left this a lot deeper, you can go across and it's going to be, but it's going to be a lot, it's going to fill a lot more of this. I don't want that. I'm quite happy with it being just on that edge. So I'm just judging.
Decisions.
I know, definitely where I want it to go. So let me bring that one in because I think that's losing a little bit of its stick. So there we go. So we're just going to pop that through and cut it out.
I'm pinching this idea for all my edgeables now. That's a brilliant idea.
Yeah, you just don't think, do you?
So good.
You see, this is why I still watch our shows when you lot are on, because we all still pick up.
Oh, absolutely.
All
I put a
these
post
new
out
ideas.
yesterday, and this is exactly why I do it, Michelle. I'm loving being on the presenter side because I get to watch all these hints and tips more.
Yeah. So let's peel that off.
I mean, look at that.
Pop that out. So just got a bit of tape still stuck there. And then bring in, well, I'm going to use this one because I think it's going to stand out a lot better against it.
So clever. I love that idea.
I mean, you could, again, so you could go in with different coloured cards if you wanted, and paper piece into there.
Oh, it's just giving me an idea. We need to do edgeable nesting dies.
Yes, we do.
We could make, yes, oh, we got thumbs up from our Betsy. Nearly forgot your name then, Betsy. I was getting so excited.
That is a brilliant idea.
Yes, do it. So we've got to tell you now, yeah, we want edgeable nesting dies.
There we go. There we go. So we're going to do another one of them. So we are going to run this through again. So let's turn that round. Pop, wait a minute, I've still got a little bit of, I have. I'm just going to get rid of that card that's in the bottom. There we go. And again, I'm going to pop it on. I'm just going to pop a little bit of tape so it doesn't move. And we will run this one through. And I think we're good for time as well. I think we're going to get it finished. It's what we like.
That is absolutely what we like, yes.
Right, so again, we're just going to pop this off.
I think what this craft along's been nice for is everything is broke down into sections, and then it's just a case, once you've got all your sections, you can then just put them all into place. So
Yes.
I love it. I think this is a really lovely craft along.
Yeah, definitely. And I always, when I do something that's got a little bit of construction or something that's a little bit more, well, 3D, it's always the 3D one for me, isn't it? What I do try to do is that repetition. So you've got to do something more than once, and I think when you have to do something more than once, it allows those instructions or those sizings to stick in your head a little bit more. Just because, I mean, with this one, so we've got to do it 6 times. It just, if you're anything like me, nothing sinks in the first time. Has to be done at least 2 or 3 times for it to stay. So I like to try and add that repetition if I can, just so it enables it to sort of sink in. So let's put that there. And then pop this one through. Oh, And oh, I am. I'm really excited. I think I'm going to get it done. I've tempted fate, haven't I, by saying that now?
Well, I mean, we're getting lots of people. Crafty Andrew saying edgeable nesting dies. Yes, that sounds great. E Gardner is saying edgeable nesting dies. Oh, I love that idea. Susie's saying, oh, edgeable nesting dies. Put that forward to Leanne. Yes, you're loving them. If you shout long and hard, Leanne listens. I think that's a brilliant idea. Can you imagine all the sorts of decorative pieces you could have in your nesting dies, and then the mats and layers to go with them?
Yeah, that is an amazing idea.
I think that's our collaboration there, Michelle. I think we should take full, you know.
Take credit for that.
Kudos for that.
So let's pop that on. I mean, how amazing does it look?
It looks, honestly, it's such a clever idea. I've never, ever thought about using a nesting die and an edgeable like that. It looks amazing.
Right, so we've done those two pieces. We've got the other two wreath bits done. And then the only other thing for the other two sides we need is this. So we need a couple of pieces of those lovely brown paper. If you don't have these, you just... if you don't have these, you just need to cut some either craft card or any kind of paper that you want. This is 2 3/4 of an inch, and it's square. So what we're going to do is, let's just lift these up. I'm going to bring in my scoreboard. Where's my pencil? I'm going to pop this on here, and I'm just going to go through with my pencil and mark those two lines. They're a bit wibbly because I'm on my scoreboard, but it really doesn't matter. It's just so I know where to score. And then, so I'm going to bring in my tool. This black line, just the simple addition of that black line is invaluable when you are scoring things, especially like this, because you're just going to line it up on it. There we go. And I'm going to fold that in on that pencil line, so you're not going to see it anyway. So that is, give it a good burnish at that bottom corner. That's one. And then let's do this one. Just like that. Just like that. Wasn't that
just
Tommy
like
Cooper?
Tommy Cooper, yes.
There we go. So we've got those two. Let's just pop this out of the way. And right, so this one, these last two are what these are going to pop on. So I'm going to pop some tape on the back. So I'm going to use my tape pen, and entirely up to you. I mean, I'm going to angle it. So, I mean, obviously once you glue it on, it's going to glue on however you want. I'm going to have mine angled. So for this one, I'm going to bring in lots of my foliage and these. So we're just going to build up my little bouquet. So I'm going to put some tape in the middle.
They're talking in my ear about Ubud. That's where I'm going in Bali. Is that what you're talking about? I know, well, that's what I thought. I don't know who you're talking about. I'm thinking, they're saying Ubud. That's where I'm going. That's it. That's where in Bali. That's no word of a lie. That is Ubud. You're talking about Uber. Ubud. We're trying at the moment, Michelle, to get our Liam to video in on his, he's doing the London Marathon tomorrow.
Yeah. I know he said he was going to send some pictures in of his progress.
But, yeah, they've upped it now. They want
running.
a Skype call, yeah. Perhaps we need to do it on sort of the later show. When is he planning on finishing? And what time do they start?
He's
9?
starting at 11.
He's starting at 11?
Yeah, he's in the second wave, I think he
So
said.
he'll be into our second show. So it'll be his final wave in the second show from 2 till 4. So he could do that so we can encourage him to finish, because that's going to be the really tough bit.
Yeah. There we go, so that is that one. I forgot my ribbon. I put a little bow on there, but that's okay. Pop that one there, and then we'll do exactly the same with this one. So let's tape that on there as well. It just fits perfectly. And for this one, I'm going to pop these ones on. So a little bit more foliage in this one. So again, you know, really go to town with these, build them up, have a lot of fun with them. You can't beat lots of, I keep saying it because I'm saying it correctly for once, foliage.
Foliage. Foliage, yes, absolutely. Rhonda is saying that she swam with the nurse sharks in Shark City in the Bahamas. It was really awesome. I think I should have been a marine biologist. I'm not surprised. And she also says that the night out there on the ocean is pitch black. Yes, absolutely. Stephanie's saying, Michelle, have you reached your goal with your fundraiser? It's
I have.
Such a worthy cause. I encourage everyone to help you if it's within your means. Oh, so you have reached your goal?
Just before we came on air for this show.
Oh, that's amazing.
I had a quick look and I noticed that I've reached my goal. I mean, it'd be nice
incredible.
to, you know, smash through that goal. So, but yes, absolutely. So yes, thank you all so much.
So just tell us, anyone that doesn't know, just give them a little peek about what you're, what you do.
So I'm raising money for Refuge UK. So it's for women and children escaping abusive homes. So it's quite close to my heart. And I thought I wanted to raise some money for them. But then I also thought, instead of me just asking you guys to just give me your money to make me feel less bad for asking for it, I actually thought I'm in a position where I can get some fabulous crafty prizes for you guys. So, you know, you give me your money, you know,
you get into
Betsy's donated. She has. I saw that before I came on air.
So where can we find you?
So on my page, if you go to my my CC page, so Michelle McCarthy CC, the link is on there. You don't have to enter if you want to donate some money and, you know, just comment you don't want to be entered into the world's most fabulous crafty gift prize, then you absolutely don't.
Money
but,
can't buy prizes.
Yeah, so our MIDI. Can you remember when Ben was gifted his new MIDI by Leanne and it said Ben's MIDI on it? You too can have one of them. So whoever wins that prize can have, so if it's Betsy, it's going to say Betsy's MIDI. If it's me, it's going to say Michelle's MIDI. No, I'm not allowed to enter. But I've got a Gemini machine. Everyone signed it. All the TV team, Sarah, Leanne, all the backstage team as well. So Johnny and George signed it yesterday. No,
George has still got to do it.
Nicola needs to sign it today as well. We've not forgot you, Nicola. No. So we're going to get literally the whole TV team to sign it. There's a craft along with Debbie, personal one-on-one, Debbie Robinson, a personal one-on-one with Craig, and then lots and lots more goodies. I've got over 25. You can actually win a personalised card from Linda. So Linda Fitzsimmons, who is like, she's like the Don of the DT team, isn't she?
Yeah.
So you could win a personalised card from Linda as well. So, so many amazing stuff. I just wanted to give back as much as you guys have to me, to be fair. So I'll shut up for just a minute because we'll pop this together.
We could talk about it some more in the 6 p.m. one, absolutely.
So we've got all 6 of these ready now. This one, I don't think I've got time to do it, but all you can either do on this one or this one is just a couple of your stamps, and they're just stamped out and matte and layered, but we'll pop all these on for now. So I'm gonna put them in order of how I want to put them on so I don't forget, because I want them to go in a following order. So there we go. So let's start with this one. So we're just going to sort of measure it however you want that to be angled. You might want it to curve more that way. So we know that sort of it's a 1.5 inch that we're going to pop some glue on top. And again, because I'm using that coated cardstock, I'm going to use my tacky glue. So I'm roughly judging that 1.5 or just under inch. You know, you can put a pencil line on the back if you want to. I'm going to stand this up and I'm going to pop this against it, because what I'm going to do is, if this is against it on the base, then, or on my glass mat, then I know when I stick it there, it's in perfect line. And then I'm just going to bring it forward a bit so it's in line there. This is just making sure that it's level on the bottom. And we're just going to stick that on. Give it a nice burnish. Obviously, we're still going to make sure that everything's nice and flat, so you can see that that's all level there. It does come over at the top a little bit. That's how it was designed. If you don't want it to come over at the top or bottom, just use a smaller nesting circle. But then you wouldn't be able to use this. But again, you know, if you're not using that, it doesn't really matter. Right, so we're going to come to this one. So this is going to be to the right-hand side of us. We're going to come to this one, and we're going to do exactly the same again. However you want that angled, decide. I'm going to grab it just there. So I know from there downwards is where I need to pop my glue. And we're just going to rinse and repeat, so to speak. We're going to... I find it easier to do it this way to get it all in line. You don't have to. So there we go.
I think that's a good tip, actually, because you should know they're all level on the bottom, so when it stands, they're all exactly the same height.
Exactly. And then when you pop it down, you can see that they're all following on lovely. So again, we're going to bring this one in, and depending on which way you want it round, you're going to decide on. So again, I'm going to put my finger there, because I know that's roughly my 1.5 inch or thereabouts. Pop my glue on. I'm going to stand this back up. I'm going to put that against it and stick it down. So I'm just going to check, because I wiggled mine a little. No, it's fine. There we go. So again, just when you press that down to, you know, make sure that it's glued on nice and secure, this next one automatically comes round for you to pop your next one on. So down there. And again, just going to glue. I'm running out of glue. That tab down there. I'm going to stand mine back up. Pop it there. And give it a good burnish. There we go. So I think last two, isn't it? So it's, look how it comes together. Yeah, so easy. So what is next? Oh, it's this one. And again, I'm going to have mine on the angle because I think it looks nice. Always go for a jaunty angle if you know it. Well, if you meant to put it on straight and it goes wonky, then you say, you know, it was intentionally jaunty. Okay.
Absolutely.
And if you put it on intentionally jaunty anyway, you're just not running the risk at all of it going wonky. So if it's supposed to go on wonky, does that mean it's gone on straight? Last one. So again, just down that. When I do that a lot through the day, you know, when I'm shaking my glue, it tricks my Fitbit into thinking I've done a lot more steps than I have done. It says, congratulations, you've hit your 250 steps for the hour. Like I haven't moved.
Well, crafting's energetic, so I think that should count towards your steps.
It really is.
You are stood on your feet all day. I mean, that's energetic.
Absolutely. So,
look at that.
I've not got those 2 sentiments on, but, in lieu of the 2 sentiments, that is our finished, and obviously I missed a couple of bows, but that is the finished craft along.
That's amazing, Michelle. Thank you so much for showing us those. Right, we're coming to the end of the show, so let's check in with Betsy and see how she's getting on. Betsy, how are you getting on? Are you finished?
I'm finished. I didn't add any bows, but
that's amazing.
Oh, you've got your sentiments on as well. She's ahead of me.
I did.
Oh, Betsy, it's so pretty.
I love it.
Did you enjoy it?
Oh, I had a blast, and it was so nice to meet you two. Getting the giggles. And Michelle, you guys are just awesome. Thank you so much. I loved it. I had a great time, and I can't wait to do it again.
Oh, well, it's our pleasure to have you with us in the studio, Betsy. So hopefully, I won't see you for a while because I won't be here for a few weeks.
Are you going on holiday?
I am going on holiday, Betsy.
I didn't know that.
Oh, I love you, Betsy. Thank you very much for joining us, and hopefully see you again soon.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Oh, wasn't she absolutely amazing? So lovely.
Brilliant.
I hope you enjoyed that craft along as much as I did, as much as Betsy did, because it has been just beautiful. Michelle really does make the most amazing construction, and I think that was really simplified, which is nice sometimes in a craft along. Like Michelle said, it's nice just to easily sort of go through the day. Right, we've ordered takeaway. Naughty but nice. So we're going to have a little break, and then we're going to be back for a bit of a different show. We're going to be looking at all our core products and going through what mine and Michelle's likes are, and what we couldn't live without really in our craft stash. So it's going to be a really nice show. So if you've got any questions you want to ask, come back at 6 o'clock and bombard us with them, because we're open to all your questions, and we will let you know and have a bit of a chit chat as well. It's going to be a very nice show. So have a nice couple of hours, and we will see you soon. Bye.